The EFL Championship just keeps rolling on. Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be predicting the scores of week 23 of the 2021-2022 Championship season. Now, before we get on to this week's predictions, let's have a quick look back at how well we all got on in week 22. So in week 22, I came away with 5 points and just the one perfect score, which was the Derby home win against Blackpool, whereas top scorer of week 22 was a new player, Dan Milne, who's played for a couple of weeks now. Now Dan came away with 11 points and 2 perfect scores, those perfect scores being the whole 2-2 draw with Bristol City and the 1-0 home win for West Brom against Reading. So how do those scores now affect the overall table? Well, I'm still top of the tree with 183 points and 34 perfect scores. In second, Douglas remains in that second berth on 168 points, and Shane O'Donnell is in third position on 166 points. All to play for though. A long way still to go in this season, so you've still all got time to catch me up. So let's now move on to week 23. Another 12 fixtures to predict. One of these fixtures is in jeopardy. I'm not sure if it's going to go ahead, and that's the match between QPR and Swansea. This is down to the demonetised virus, so we'll keep our ears and eyes open to see if that match goes ahead. But as usual, we're up against the clock. Let's see if we can get under 4 minutes this week. So at the count of 3, 2, 1, let's go. So first up, on Friday evening we've got Barnsley coming up against West Brom. Should be a straightforward victory to West Brom in this one. Last time out they beat Reading at home, which is the second victory on the trot, having stuttered recently in the league. Prior to that victory over Reading, it was a good away win against Coventry. Barnsley second from bottom, 4 defeats now in the last 6 matches. I can see West Brom winning this one 2-0. Then we got the first of the Saturday fixtures between Cardiff and Derby at the Cardiff Stadium at 12:30. Cardiff, good away point after coming back from 2-0 down against Birmingham, and Derby County had a very good win against Blackpool at home, which ended up 1-0, although Blackburn have been faltering recently. Tough one to call, this one. Derby only one away win all season, and Cardiff have only won twice at home. So I'm going to call this one a draw. I'm going for Cardiff 1, Derby 1. Then we've got Middlesbrough coming up against Bournemouth. Middlesbrough turning fortunes around now. 1 defeat in the last 6. An away draw against Stoke last time out. And Bournemouth, currently in second position, haven't won now in the last 5 matches, and they lost at home against Blackburn last time out. So I'm calling this one another draw, going 1-1. Then we've got Blackburn coming up against Birmingham. I think Blackburn will win this one. I'm going to go for 2-0 home win to Blackburn, especially after that away victory against Bournemouth, which was their 4th win on the bounce. Then we've got Blackpool coming up against Peterborough. Blackpool, even though they're winless in 6, coming up against a Peterborough side who I think they've only gained 3 points away, 3 points on the road this season, which was an away win earlier in the season. So I can see Blackburn just bouncing back and gaining their first victory in a while now. So I'm going to go for Blackpool 2, Peterborough 1. Then we've got Bristol City coming up against Huddersfield. Can't decide who's going to actually take all 3 points on this one. I think they cancel each other out. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Then we've got Coventry coming up against Stoke. Coventry now, no wins in the last 5 matches. Stoke in the last of the playoff berths. A draw last time out home against Middlesbrough, which was a good result. So I'm going to go for an away win in this one. Coventry 1, Stoke 2. Then we've got Millwall coming up against Preston. Another game that's got draw written all over it. Millwall in 11th position now. Just the 1 victory in their last 6. And Preston, they've won 2 at that last 6. And it was a straightforward 2-1 victory against Barnsley last time out, so 1-1 in that one. Then we've got Nottingham Forest coming up against Hull. Hull, after having lost now in 6 matches, draws against Reading away and Bristol City at home. But I fancy Nottingham Forest to continue their fine form. They've shot up the table, no defeats in the last 6. A good away win against Swansea last time out. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win to Forest. Then we've got QPR against Swansea. This one we're not sure if it's going to be on or off. I'm going to go for a draw in this one, 1-1, even though Swansea lost heavily last time out, 4-1. Then we've got Reading coming up against Luton. Reading just above the relegation zone. coming up against Luton Town, who are topsy-turvy, 1 win in their last 6. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Reading. And the final match of the weekend, which takes place on Monday the 20th, we've got Fulham coming up against Sheffield United. Fulham now drawing 4 of their last 6, but Sheffield United away from home, currently in where are they? 13th in the position in the table. 3 wins in the last 3. So I'm going to just go for Fulham on this one, 2-1. Let's stop the clock at 3 minutes and 52. So that concludes my predictions for week 23 of this 2021-2022 Championship season. As usual, make sure you leave your predictions in the comment section, see if you can climb at that table. Now, looking back at last week's treble, I came away with 2 results out of 3. Millwall letting me down with that defeat at home against Peterborough. But this week's selections are Blackburn to beat Birmingham, Forest to beat Hull, and Reading to beat Luton. A £5 bet there will get you £65 return. So that's it, guys, for another week. Remember to leave your predictions, see how we get on with that little treble, and I'll see you all in the next video.